to the Not So Traveling Introvert. Today I want to talk about self-assessment, or that can otherwise be sought as self-review or retrospective. This is something that has come up a lot recently with the clients that I work with, but also just myself. I'm very good at planning. I say that. I'm fairly good at planning most of the time, but very rarely do I take the time to review and look back and see what's, what has happened and how it's happened and maybe reasonings why. So I have all these data points, but I'm not really using them to how I could improve things for myself or my business. And so some of my clients have now started doing retrospectives from projects that they've done. But so here's the thing about doing sort of self-assessments or reviews. It helps you to be honest and open and ask yourself challenging questions. And the reason why you want to do this is so you can learn. It's not just for you to do a workplace, an annual sort of review to get a promotion or anything like that. It's a great strategy to use on yourself. Yearly, monthly, weekly, whatever sort of time period feels right for you, to ensure you are on the right path for your idea of success. Just think about it for a moment. If you never took the opportunity to reflect on your abilities and mistakes and what you want in life, how does that really affect where you're going? How would you know if you're making the right decision to ensure the future is the way that you want it to be? So, schedule out some time. And one of the things you should do, especially if you do this weekly, is what is one thing, there's a question I should say, what is one thing that I struggled with this week? And the more often you ask yourself that question, the easier it will become, because sometimes you don't want to admit that you've struggled with anything. You're like, oh, everything this week was fine. But the more you ask yourself and you're like, okay, well, today I struggled, or this week I struggled with spending time on myself, or setting boundaries, or whatever it might be, then the next question from that is sort of, okay, well, how can I make sure that doesn't happen again? Or what can I do to improve my chances of it not happening again? And so that gives you a little actionable step to take that will help make your life better in the long run. Another question could be, what negative emotions have I experienced this week, day, month, whatever it is, and why? This will help you figure out maybe certain aspects or certain situations that start these emotions and set them off. Another question you could ask yourself is, what change can I make right now to get me closer to my goals? And you might have 3 or 4 different types of goals, but it could be, what can I change right now that will get me closer to my self-care goals? Or what can I change right now that will make me do X, Y, and Z? And when you think about what that change is, then go ahead and put it in your calendar or make a note of it to make that change, and go ahead and do it right then. And then document and keep track. Keeping track of your progress and achievements, failures, emotions, challenges, and rewards. These are all essential for you to look back and be like, oh, I felt this at this time. I didn't realize that. It's probably because of this, 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 and this. Oh, all right. So I should avoid it in the future because of this, this, or this helped me grow, or this helped me change this, or this is why I ended up doing this particular thing and not the other. Take the time to be proud of yourself. Brag on yourself a little. Self-evaluation or reflection isn't just about the bad stuff. You should also include the good stuff too. And it's not about comparing. It's not about a competition. It's just making sure that you're aligned in what you want to do and making yourself better incrementally, bit by bit. It's a great thing. Also, learn forgiveness and be more mindful. Be forgiving to yourself. Realize that you are human, and yes, you will make mistakes, and that's okay. But dwelling on them instead of forgiving yourself and taking action is really where you will fail and stay sort of trapped and not move forward. And so make sure that you do take the time to be like, yes, this happened. Yes, it wasn't quite what I wanted. This is what I've learned from it. This is what I'll do moving forward. So if this happen again, now move on. Forgiving yourself and realizing you are human is key. And also part of that is the thinking about it, because making a mistake might lead to negative thinking. Failure isn't a negative. There's always a positive side to it. But yes, go ahead and ask yourself those questions today. And then maybe maybe do it once a week whenever you listen to this podcast. Thank you for listening. This is Janice at thecareerintrovert.com, helping you build your brand and get hired. Have a great rest of your week.